good.
I'm good to hear. How is the lockdown by you? Are you also in lockdown?
No, not quite. It's kind of there's some essential services that are still up and running. There's some stores that are still open. Um, I mean, lots of businesses have closed, but some are open. So it's really quiet. It's
Yeah,
very
well,
surreal.
here
Yeah.
also. I mean, there are some businesses that are still open, but on the whole, people
Oh
are
yeah.
supposed to stay in their houses. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and like if you happen to be in the same place as someone who has then found to have the corona, oh my
Right.
goodness, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
You are
for
in for
sure.
it. Big Brother is
Yeah.
watching you.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it's interesting times.
Yes, it is. But
Hmm.
I'm glad to hear that despite those interesting times, you are doing well. So,
Yes, I've noticed a big shift internally,
good.
um, because I just feel lighter and I feel things are just easier,
Hmm.
and I haven't been panicking,
Excellent.
and I've just had I mean, it's just things have been happening, amazingly, effortlessly. So it's just right.
All right, so I
So
just want to like reiterate over here, emphasize that despite everything going on around and all the panic that everyone is having and all the anxiety that everyone's having and people being laid off of their jobs and staying at home 24/7 with their kids, you are thriving.
yeah, yes, yeah, yeah. And I mean, I'm also looking at I mean, I'm very likely not going to be able to pay my rent the full amount this month.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to contact my landlord and let him know. But it's without panic or shame or anything like that. It's I mean it's uh, and I think it would be the same if I wasn't in a crisis situation. If I
Hmm.
didn't have the rent, I would just approach him and say, "Look, this is what's happening." Right?
Hmm.
So, because in this case, we're all in the same boat.
That's
So,
correct.
right? So, everybody is a lot more lenient and compassionate. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, there's a sense of shame that was I've let go of a lot.
Good.
Yeah. So, and
Excellent.
I also feel there's a tie-in too with um, my car has been a real thorn in my side for a couple of years because it's really, I mean, it is run down, like it's
Hmm.
on its last legs, but it has been, I've been so grateful for it also, right, and just
Right.
feeding it gratitude because it's been getting me around. But my sense of self-worth, it was interesting because I know in our lessons to personal lessons not to tie in with material things, right? That they don't hold our self-worth. But this was a mirror back to me all the time, every time I felt shame about driving my crappy car,
Hmm.
right? And having to go places where I my car was obviously stood out as being like, the oldest,
Right.
looking one in the lot kind of thing.
Right.
And standing strong in myself that that's not who I am, right?
Cool.
So this is, but this upgrade is actually a also a mirror, right, for
Hmm.
myself because
Yep.
now I'm getting a nice white car, which I've wanted, and
Wow.
right, I really wanted a white car, and it's clean and it's wonderful and right, so it's now that's a reflection of
What you think
myself.
you're actually worth. Exactly.
Well,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm, because I did realize, over time that I even though I'm surrounded, like my home is beautiful. I manifested that, and then there's all these other little things that I let slide, And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that really was bugging me was my car because it's like it was, I thought, if this is a reflection of me, I've got to work on this because this is not, even though it's just a car and whatever, but it was mirroring back to me, as I said, right? So,
Right.
um, and not that I have to have a super fancy anything car, but I just want my outside to reflect what's happening on the inside and vice
Exactly.
versa, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, so I notice things like, my shoes might be worn down or whatever, or I haven't invested in new underwear or something, like just things that it's like, okay, you know what? It's time to start, you know, respecting and giving back to yourself and loving yourself on all levels, right? So,
Excellent.
yeah, so that's shifting for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's exactly where we want you to be because the feelings always come from the inside first. And only afterwards does it start to manifest on the outside. If it's already starting to manifest on your outside, that means you're in really good shape.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
And
and it's starting to just, yeah.
and if it's doing that despite everything going on in the whole entire world,
Yes.
can't get much
Yeah.
better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.